your own world in your own life a main character, but I don't even know your name. So it is crazy for me to tell me. But if people are going to
I didn't
disrupt,
even
if
know
people,
it wasn't the whole
yes, you
thing.
did,
I felt like there
because you
was a lot
literally said in the
missing
beginning, yes, you
because it
did,
didn't
because
make
in the
sense to
beginning of this,
me.
are you going to keep talking over me? In the
No,
beginning of this
no.
conversation, what you said was you've only told us like the portions that you've told us. And you know what I said every single time that I've talked about this story, I've said I'm not going to say the entire thing because I don't feel like it makes sense to. I don't feel comfortable. It was a private conversation that really ultimately doesn't need to be completely exposed. I don't need to do that. But if you're going to use elements against me that are simply disingenuous, not you personally, but if people are going to use elements against me that are simply disingenuous, I'm going to use what I know to challenge what people think.
Then you said she tried to silence you. But
I
my thing
said, who tried
was,
to silence me?
Kamala, didn't you say that?
I said, I don't know who's trying to silence me. Maybe it's her. That's what I said.
Why are you going to throw her under the bus and put her name out there like that? And you
What is she
didn't
doing for
even,
you?
I mean,
Well, I
I
just want
just
to
want to
know,
know.
why is it that I am being pit against another black woman? What is it
You said
about
that she
her?
tried to
What is it
silence
about
you.
her?
I'm
What
not
is it about her as a
crazy.
politician? What is it about her as a politician that
I'm
has
just
you
trying to
feeling like you
understand.
need to protect her and not me?
I'm
I'm
just trying to
curious.
understand the story. And you're like, why? Because you came to the internet with the story and it was kind of sounded sensational. And I
Oh,
just want to know the
you
details.
think I'm lying?
I think you're cloud
Oh,
chasing.
well, that's a whole other thing. You think I'm lying,
I
so
mean,
that's fine.
it's all good. You saying people are disingenuous. I didn't say you were lying, but it just I had questions, so I just
None of
wanted
your
to ask you a
questions,
few
none of your
questions.
questions, none of your questions move the needle forward.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's important because I feel like Black people as a voting bloc, we're actually in a good space right now because
What is the black
both.
people as a voting bloc? Because black people are not a monolith. So what does that mean?
Okay, I'm gonna get there. Just give me a second. I think that we're in a good space right now because both parties are fighting for us. And to your point, whenever a party takes us for granted, like the Democrats have been known to do, it means that we're not going to achieve very real progress. So I like the fact that they're paying attention to us, but we have to be prepared for these moments. And when you have one-on-one time with President Kamala, it would be helpful if you shared with her, you know, more than just your perception of her. If she was rude, she could have just told you flat out, your perceptions of me are your problem, and it's helpful when people own their perceptions because, what did she
Do
do to
you
be so
understand?
disingenuous?
I have to cut you off because I think it is a perception that you need to own is that you're literally sitting here schooling me on how I should have carried myself in a conversation that you were not present for and that you do not know the entire contents of. And of that is a level of gall that I can't I can't continue to honor. So I'm going to have to take you off the live because I don't even know how you think
You
that
trying to
that makes
silence
any
me.
sense. You were not a part of the conversation, but you're telling me how I should have handled myself. You literally have no idea the complete contents of the conversation, but are
You trying
telling
to
me what I
silence
should
me,
have
y'all.
done. And I'm always amazed at you all. I'm always amazed. I am always amazed. I am always amazed.